In India, golf is young, golf is budding, and golf is the future. I am Ron Nag. Welcome to Golf with Big Conversations, the podcast. Sharing a similar vision with us, we have our very first Indian golf brand, Plus 91, pioneered by Shreyam Shah. And welcome to Golf with Big.
Firstly, Ron, thank you so much for having me here. It's completely my pleasure. I really like discussing with fellow golf enthusiasts. Just your encouragement over the phone and, the way we had the discussion, it was very positive, So I firstly, thank you so much for that.
We would love to know more about golf balls and golf ball technology, because the golf ball is just much a piece of equipment as your driver, as your irons, as your putter. So Plus 91, is this a range ball or is it also a tour ball?
As far as my brand is concerned, Plus 91, we do two-piece range balls and two-piece tournament balls. We are selling it to golf courses and we are exporting it as of now.
Okay.
We do plan to launch a tour ball by October. So that's in works.
I would like to know the breakdown construction of your product in terms of compression, in terms of number of pieces, the type of cover material.
Right.
What kind of different range of balls you have, which one suits what kind of handicap?
Absolutely. So let me just firstly touch upon the cover material, because I think that's one of the most important materials on a golf ball. So there are two major different materials. One is a Surlyn covered balls and one is a urethane covered balls. So as you were asking me about handicap, as a thumb rule, what I would say is anyone over 15 handicap should not even think about using urethane covered balls.
Oh yeah.
It's just a waste of your money.
Yeah, you lose the balls all over.
You will lose the balls.
Yeah.
And you're not really going to get that extra mile from that ball. I would say anyone below like a 10 handicap, 100% should use urethane covered balls. So
correct.
That is their target audience for urethane. As far as the other materials are concerned, the core is basically a rubber based core. And it's a very, very extremely high grade of rubber for that bounce, that rebounds which we look at. So if you look at the quality checks, so as a manufacturer, we have a certain amount of quality checks. One of the biggest quality checks is COR, coefficient of restitution. That is the rebounds. Second biggest quality check is the break-even point.
Yeah.
So the durability, how long the ball is going to last.
Yeah, that's very, very critical.
Absolutely.
Okay, so tailor-made equipment fitting that happens.
Right.
And I believe today the need of the hour is that you also need to have ball fitting done.
Right.
To address your style of play.
Right.
What do you have to say about that?
I would say that is definitely important, but I have a different philosophy as far as this is concerned. I would say for any budding golfers, keep it as simple as possible initially. Learn the basics, because this segment is such that people guide them in a wrong way.
Yeah.
And this is not even intentional. It is just, there is not a lot of right advice available. That's somewhere exactly where you come in with the right advice and how to go about it. So as far as ball fitting or club fitting is concerned, it's something which I would say only once you're very sure what you require is, then you should go about it.
So maybe I will restructure the sentence. I would say probably this is more for people who are at a pro level, who know their game so damn well that they know exactly what they're looking for.
Something like that. Absolutely, yes. Right now, even as a golfer, my entire focus is, okay, how fast and how best can I reach like a 15 handicap? Once I cross, let's say 15, and once I'm in a single digit handicap, then all these small things play a major role.
Major role.
But till that time, till I'm a 15 plus handicap, even 18 plus, I don't think all of this really matters.
Just focus on your posture.
Focus on your swing, focus on your drive, focus on the tee. It goes exactly where you want it to go,
Right. Moving on to the brand, the Plus 91 brand.
Yeah.
What are the different variety of balls that you have today?
The market, if you see, there is a lot of varieties. Like you will see there are some balls which are tour balls, some are spin balls, some are distance balls. Like budding golfer would get confused what to buy.
Right.
They really don't know. They don't know what's going to suit their game.
As I had told you earlier,
Yeah.
The focus is more on what club and what driver to go for.
Yeah.
But people don't really apply when it comes to the ball.
Exactly. And according to me, the minute we talk about again Surlyn covered balls, I am just going to have one series of tour ball. That's it. And that series of tool ball will be the best possible ball which I will make, which will compete with the best balls in the market as far as Solent covered balls. So under 2000 rupees market cap, what we are talking about, 2000 rupees a dozen market, and our ball will match each and every single different ball. So it will be right there. It will be comparable with everyone, not similar to everyone.
So the plus 91 ball here today is, as you're saying, this is super long, super straight, super soft. So this is basically what are the key attributes
Absolutely.
of this ball.
Right. We want to give one ball where people don't really have to think which ball to buy.
So the plus 91 is a Solent covered ball. How many pieces are there to this ball?
So it's a two-piece ball, and I very strongly believe that a Solent covered ball, especially in a three-piece or a four-layer ball, will not really add to your game. It is purely a marketing gimmick.
So you're saying that extra layer thing that a lot of brands,
Yeah.
forgive me for saying I don't want to name any brands over here, but you're saying does that extra layer really help?
Not in Solent. In urethane, yes.
Okay.
So if you ask me for a Solent covered ball, if you play with my balls as compared with any three-layered Solent covered balls, you will not find a difference. You give it to a professional player, he will not be able to find a difference because there is no difference. Because there are certain constraints which are not going to unlock that extra performance which a urethane covered ball will be able to. For me, it's very simple to make a three-layered ball and sell it at like 30% more expensive. But it's not going to improve your game, help your game. Why should I confuse the golfers? You know, in a way, I really like what Apple did. Just make one phone and a good phone.
True.
You should rather help them figure out than confusing them than what to go ahead with.
Correct. See, basically, plus 91 is more like trying to simplify it for the budding golfer.
Absolutely.
And give them good performance. It basically enhance their performance.
Right. So we are going to come up with a couple of different series of balls, especially for budding golfers, where it's going to be more fun with different vibrant colors. You know, so it's going to be crystal finished. For ladies, it will be pink colored. You know, for men, they might like their oranges, their blues. We're going to launch a series called Drive. So it's going to be plus 91 Drive. So that's going to be the ball, according to us, the best ball for any budding golfer with a handicap of over 50. They don't really have to think that will give them the distance they're looking at. It'll be soft because currently our balls are at a compression of 75.
Right.
But we are in the works of getting a compression even south of 60. So we are talking about anywhere between 55 and 60, and that's an extremely soft feel.
Yeah.
But anyone as a budding golfer should not really focus on their backspins right now.
Yeah, as of now, you just try to get your ball on the greens. First.
Right. Focus on the, is what I always think when I'm on the ground as well, you know. I don't want to focus on the backspin. Even if, let's say, I play with a urethane covered ball, I will still prefer just to get my basics right.
Right.
So we're just going to add few colors just to enjoy, you know, for them to enjoy and add a different segment to the game, and just it's not a very, very serious white collared game, you know.
We would love to cover that in the future.
Absolutely, yeah. So instead of, you know, having different types of ball, we're just doing different finishes.
Right.
It's been an informative and fun conversation. We are taking a coffee break, but please do come back for part 2 of our discussions.